people who judge you right now, the people who will judge you when you start out, the people whose opinions you're so afraid of, they won't remember you in a year or two. They won't, because everyone has their own life. Everyone has shit going on in their life. You keep forgetting this. Not everything revolves around you, especially if you're a loser. Not everyone has the time to talk about you. People do not care about you as much as you think. They do not have the time or the energy to keep up with what you're doing. And if they have that energy, and if they actually decide to talk about you longer than that, that's on them. That's embarrassing for them, not for you. That's embarrassing for them. If you decide that you want to care about their opinion, years will pass, and the people you were so afraid of will forget about you while you're stuck at the same place. That should scare you. I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. When you start out with something new, when you work towards your goals, you will look like a complete loser. You will look like a complete beginner. People will make fun of you. It will look cringe. But at the end of the day, you're still doing more than the people who are making fun of you. The only difference between you and a successful person is that that person has already gone through that stage and they decided to push through. They did not care about the opinions of other people. You shouldn't care about the opinions of other people because they will not pay for your bills. They will not take care of you in the future. I know you want to be perceived as perfect. I know you're a people pleaser, but it won't work out that way. You know how many years I have wasted because everyone perceived me as perfect and I didn't want to step out of that perfect image everyone has built inside of their minds of me. Years. I'm looking back at it and I'm like, I was so stupid, but I didn't know any better at that time. If I would be scared of being perceived, I shouldn't be making this video right now because the lighting is bad, the camera quality is bad. I don't know what I'm doing, but does this stop me from filming this video? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because I've had enough. I've had enough of other people's opinion. I've had enough of compromising myself to other people's needs, because where am I in all of this? What about me? Your fragile ego is destroying you, it's destroying your future, and it's ultimately destroying your potential. Because you're so busy sucking up to other people that you do not have the time, the energy, the power, or the will to step out of it and live the life you want. You could not. You could not, because it's way too embarrassing. I know of people who wanted to do martial arts for the longest time and they decided to enroll in a class and they took the decision to quit after one singular lesson because they got humbled so badly. They got thrown on the mat, they got their guts punched out, their nose started to bleed, and it was just an awful sight. And they decided, I'm never going there again because this was too embarrassing and all of the people are so much better than them. Duh! Obviously they're going to be better. They have years of experience. They have been doing this for years and years on end. Every week, 2 or 3 times a week. Obviously they know what they're doing. But they started out at the same point as you. They started out as a complete beginner. They got their guts punched out. They got their shit rocked. But they decided, I want to be just like them. I'm not going to stop this. This embarrassment that I have experienced today and that I will experience for the next weeks or months is not going to hold me back from becoming just as good as these people. And they're just as good now. Maybe even better. I know of people who have started out music classes and playing an instrument, and they decided to quit after 2 lessons because everyone was just so much better than them and they just looked ridiculous while doing it. While these people could have become musicians or professional athletes, they decided, no, my fragile ego can't handle this. I'm not going to. Do you realize how stupid this is? Everyone starts at the bottom. Every single person, unless you're a complete natural talent from birth, which is not even 1% of the human population, you're going to look like a loser while doing it. Accept this fact. Accept this fact. The sooner you accept this, the easier your walk will be. You can obviously just sit around and do nothing, but where's this going to take you? Nowhere. Nowhere. If you don't do it for yourself, no one will do it for you. No one. And no one has the responsibility to do it for you. You're responsible for yourself. Nobody else is. And if being cringe is what's holding you back, then I'm sorry, your priorities are at complete other places where they shouldn't be. Your priority should be towards yourself, towards your future. Not towards, I don't want to be perceived as cringe. Who cares?